bourbons, like mostly in the center.
Robin Hood, Little John walking through the forest. Yeah.
What was that, Ricky?
Oh, I'm just seeing a little Roger Miller.
Roger Miller.
There's
He's a good chap.
It was too much for him when he got nervous and pooped.
What's the story behind this? Is this like an actual brand?
It's an infinity bottle.
Oh.
No, it's a laser sketch.
You say you weren't friends with him anymore, but why are you still in like future videos with him? Why are you still hanging out with him?
Those were pre-recorded videos.
Keep him on the right track. All right, here we are. We've survived another almost year, let's say, and we are at season 2, Winners Face Off. Today we are comparing. Thank you, Ricky. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
That's our little jingle that we came
welcome.
up with. Rick's been rehearsing it for quite a while. So we have Whistlepig, store pick 10 on the end there, the only rye representative today. Followed by, just kind of in random order, whatever. We have Weller Antique over here. We have Remus Repeal, which, so this didn't win its heat. I think it's the only one in here that got a second chance. The reason being that we were going to put the George Remus Single Barrel in. We are going to assume that this is the better one of the two. It's the same brand. So we have the upgrade rule in effect that we did last year with the Maker's Mark. So we're upgrading the Single Barrel back to the Remus Reserve. So these two are going to square off again. Similarly, we didn't put in the EHT or Small Batch because we already have Barrel Proof over on this end. This is probably the one that is going to win by default.
Don't be so sure about that.
If that's the case, it'll be interesting to see who gets number 2 at the very least. Going back this way, we have Bardstown Discovery 6, which won against Remus Repeal earlier, and then Henry McKenna 10, which won the 10-year stuff. And I'm getting probed in my ear. This is not pleasant for me.
Unprofessional.
Yeah, Adrian.
Weird.
Yeah.
Strange.
So I guess we're going to try and do it. Oh, that's my water, sir. Sir, that's my Miami Dolphins mug. I appreciate that you don't do anything to that. That would, tarnish its integrity.
Well, you just cursed the Jags for another
There you
20
go.
years.
And no playoffs for us, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Good luck in the draft. Oh, I already screwed him. They have no draft picks.
We have no draft. Thanks. Thank you. We really needed to put that in our video. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just kind of write down some quick thoughts and then reveal our rankings at the end. So stick with left to right though, so that we have the same 1 through 6
Okay.
on our papers.
Smells cola-y.
Do you get like a lot of oaky, like?
I will note that the barrel proof is the only one in the 60s percent wise. All the rest I think are 50s, low 50s for that matter. I think the Bardstown might be like 55 and a half.
You're on to number 2.
I'm going to, yeah.
Okay.
What's your sniffer picking out, Ricky?
I'm getting tons
Like-
of corn on the smell.
Yeah. Like cornbread or maybe a little bit of sourdough. Very bready for me.
A little bit of honey, burnt brown sugar. These are whiskeys 5 through 10 for us today. And Cody and I, at least, are not spitting. It's a little bit hot and a little bit dry. Ha!
A
Second
little
one.
sweeter.
Oh yeah, palate cleanser for number 2.
Yeah. Jeez.
So they must gain like raisins or something. Can't tell.
Some kind of dried fruit.
Cherries or something.
For me, it's more of like it's like Wonder Bread. It has a little bit more of a baking spice note to it. So like maybe raisins baked into the bread. That's 4. That's 5. 4.
is this? Getting that like minty thing again.
Uh-oh.
Minty, earthy thing. The nose.
Seems different. A little salty almost. Pretzely. Sure, yeah, earthy.
Ethanol is killing the nose.
I feel like there is a slight sweetness to the scent, but not much.
What is glass 5?
Wow.
What's in 5, Ricky? What is it? What's your sniffer telling us?
That is a very faint.
Another slightly more earthy. Sort of like
A little bit of tobacco.
4. Between 4 and 5, they're like very similar, but 4 is sweeter and 5 is like, I don't know, just less.
Man.
I'm just not getting too much on.
I like the taste
There's a
better.
little bit of a hay note to it. Well done,
That's my
sir.
contribution to the video.
Yeah. Like, at least on initial tasting, as much as 4 seemed like it had more in the nose, smelling it, and it was like sweet, and 5 just was kind of similar, but without sweetness, I like the taste a lot better.
5? Yeah, I do too. Well, and one thing about 5, it has a much better finish. Now it lasts a lot longer.
4 was almost to me, I'm sure it's not at all.
It's what?
I'm sure it's not at all, but it was almost like the Oak and Eden last time, but without that. Which was the defining, the defining factor of it. But like that first sip where you taste it, you're like, it's like earthy, and I said sort of minty, and then it all just like shifts.
I got some. Well, on that note, I think we had said about that there was a little bit of blackberry or something.
Yeah, get that.
For me, I got a little bit of that in 4 and a little bit of maraschino, but to me, 4 was pretty watery, honestly. Yeah. 5 is a little bit better of the same thing, I would say. Much better finish.
A little more dark fruit with this one. 6. Little confectioner sugar.
How you doing over there, Rick?
Doing alright.
Little oak. Maybe
Oh, man.
a little dark cherry.
I guess I could see the cherry. I'm getting more like. It is like a sweet.
Wow, this is going to be tough.
I don't know.
There's a lot of similarity here. Like got a little bit of a dry spice on that one. Most of these are the exact same ABV essentially. And really, a lot of them have a lot of similar like fruity notes and stuff. It's not like one of these is, this is a spicy bomb. Oh my gosh, this is going to be hard to like rank them. There's so many of these that are like very close.
Number 2 and number 6 were the best so far.
Yeah, do it again.
What'd you do?
Like it's like trapped in my throat somehow.
You gotta remember to swallow, Ricky.
Ricky took too big of a bite of his bourbon. He got caught in his throat. He's like,
Remember, chew 32 times before swallowing. It's gonna be rough.
like a cat's tongue on your penis.
Not unlike a cat's tongue, right on my wiener.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna flip this over and just, not like I'll remember. Won't remember what I graded them, but.
Oh, woo. Number 1 smells like way sweeter than me after going through all the others.
Yeah, I now get more brown sugar out of it on the second run.
Okay, I think I got my order.
Already?
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to wait for some feeling to come back to my mouth so it's not so numb right now.
Yeah. I have to like sit and not do anything or taste anything for like 30 seconds. And then I can feel my tongue like reset finally. It takes a lot.
Feels good to be back though, guys, you know. Compared to, when was that? We were at your place 2 months ago, or was that 1 month ago? That was 1 month
It's
ago.
like 5 weeks or so. Yeah, it's like we got a hiatus. You know, we were traveling the world, and now we're back.
Kind of tough time between 3 and 5.
Yep. It's literally what I'm working on right now.
I think my list is going to be a lot different than your guys.
Rick said, I'm done. 15 minutes
I'm
ago.
done.
He went,
Yeah.
Rick's gonna
All at
throw
once.
all of our ties into a freaking wild card direction.
Number 2 is like, I think, okay, well, I'm smelling it if that's the note that I think I put down for that one. Raisin bread.
It's 3.
For me,
Raisin
that was
bread.
That's what I said on 2.
for me.
So like,
On 2?
yeah, it's like
Raisin bread?
a little, oh,
I'm
it's
just getting like
changed. It's sweeter
plain
now.
bread.
I got, at first smell, I got like dry, like the breadcrumbs almost. Sawdust
yeah.
breadcrumbs.
Like-
2 is like a little dry for me.
Bread with slight honey and brown sugar, but not mostly bread.
It's gonna be for me a test between 6 and 2, but I'll see that for last. I gotta figure out 1 though. No.
1 is like so strange to me.
It's almost like a.
It smells to me like RC Cola or something. And then I take a taste of it and it's like oak. To pick up my knuckles cracking.
Oh, I'm sure it does. God, I don't know how you taste anything with like the little baby sips you must be taking. There's so much left in yours.
It's just too many. Even 4 is like.
For me,
too
like
much.
3 tasted the same as it smelled, and 1 was like the opposite. 1 tasted, like I said, like we say, cola, like tasted like oak to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pee like a racehorse later.
I guess I know anything, but not really.
It is. These are probably a little too similar to each other. Probably should be like
Just enough difference.
we have a bourbon and a finished bourbon and a rye and a wheat and a finished rye and a something.
And
Make
this and a
make
that,
them
and a
all
that,
like
and a
really
this.
different.
Ugh.
Like between Bardstown, McKenna, and
Let me
Weller.
help you out
Don't
down
you-
here, Ricky.
Don't you do it! Oh boy, I think Cody's getting a little mischievous.
Is he?
I think so. He's got that look in his eyes, that glint, like he's up to no good. The cogs are turning.
Play childish games, get childish prizes, Ricky. You want a lollipop?
Well, master editor over here.
Also, Bangkok. That was all Adrian's $800 bourbon splashed against the wall.
Like I think those 2 to me are probably not that hard to pick out, but the other 4 are like fairly close together, and they're all frickin' same ABV. They're all fruity. They have other stuff going
I
on.
feel
but
pretty
like,
confident I'm going to be embarrassed by my selection, and that EHT will not be like number 1 at all.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to
That's
be number
all
1
right.
based on the fact that we have Rick in this.
Well, and the fact that we can't
That's
hardly
alright.
tell what we're tasting and can't pick one from another.
He's struggling over there.
I am struggling. Oh, jeez.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to put like Remus at the bottom or something. I just can't.
That's okay.
I only feel confident about 1
Yeah,
that I
it's-
don't like.
This isn't written in stone just because we did a video on it.
Unless I get it right, then it is.
Yep. Them's the rules,
That
as
is.
they say.
It is how it works. I feel okay about it, except for like
Oh.
1, 3, and 5 got me pretty lost. Well, it's like because I thought I liked 5 better than 3, and then I went back to 1 and 3, and then I'm like, I don't know now. And I imagine if I put 1 against 5, I'd be confused as well. Like all of those were pretty hard for me to choose.
For me, it's 2, 3, 5, 6 that are all like, they're all really close.
5 was
Or not 2, 3, 5, 6. It's like it's like mental exhaustion. Where are you at, Rick? You good? You good? Your headspace good?
I'm pretty confident with what I chose, why I chose them.
Have you been going back and tasting them since you wrote it down? Or
Yeah.
still
After
like,
I
pretty much
ranked
confirming what you
them
thought?
Yeah.
I'm not confident that I picked the ones that I would pick on a regular day, but
I can't drink anymore, so I gotta stop. I've got my rankings.
Mm-hmm.
let me write mine down on like the ratings, but I didn't officially write the order.
More water.
Sometimes
You're in a bad spot.
all I need is the air that I breathe just to love.
No copyright censors.
Yeah, I'm running
We're all
down
worried.
a dream.
We're all worried about Rick. Rick's over here doing fine. Dying.
Because you just smelled them.
I smell
Pretty
it.
much.
Yeah, of course I just went. I wrote down my answer.
He rated them by how well the glass makes a note off of it.
Yeah.
Rick went like this. Yeah. Alright, guys, let's do this thing.
He draws like a cat on paper and then a dog, and he puts like a thumbs up by the dog. Farts.
Like, I got it. Here's what I wrote, guys.
Farts and obscenities.
Expert analysis.
What was everyone's? We'll start at last place. What was
Right.
everyone's last place? What was yours last place?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you were 2?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, me too. Like seriously.
I'm not big on minty crap.
That one seemed like the odd one that stood out. That seemed like the rye to me.
No, the rye is definitely number 1.
Burnt the crap out of my throat.
I can't believe you guys
care
don't.
for.
This is so very
Flavor
obviously
didn't last
the
very
Whistlepig
long.
is number 1 for sure. I'm positive of it.
Slight sweetness.
And number 2, I'm
bitter
positive is EHT. But anyway,
What was your second worst, Rick?
Number 2.
Mine was number 1.
same for meaning number 1.
So me and it are not the same order so far. What was your third to last?
Mine was number 1.
Mine was 3.
Wait. Third to last place was the third glass.
Me too. Me and you have the same order so far. What, Rick, was your what is this?
I think you and I are about
Number
to
3, the
separate.
top 3.
Top 3. What was your third place?
Number 5.
Me as well.
I had 6 as my third place.
Okay. What was your second place, Ricky?
Number 3.
I had number 2.
For second place?
Yep.
5.
Okay.
And
We need to have a
6 was
paper
my
to
number
write
1.
this down somewhere.
6 was my number 1 as well.
My number 1 was the second glass.
Okay, so me and you switched. What'd you have a second?
we need. Okay, I'm gonna get another piece of paper and we're gonna write down what everyone had on one sheet so we get.
So me and you shared the same.
Yeah, the first
bourbons in
3.
the top 3, but they
The
were,
bottom 3.
Well, yeah, but we
Yeah.
had the same ones in the top 3. They were just different
Order, right? So now I need well,
So I seem to be like the good control experiment. Same bottom 3 as
Mm.
Ricky, same top as Ricky,
Mhm.
and
3.
same top 3 as Adrian. I'm just the one. I win.
6,
What did I win?
5, 1. Okay. Okay.
Pee-pee kiss.
No.
All right. So the only thing we were all unanimous on was that 4 was the worst. We were all in agreement that the glass 1 was towards the bottom. Cody and I had it at second to bottom. Rick had it third to bottom. Spread on 2. What? Hold on. Oh, sorry. I had this. That should be a 2. 2 was all over the place. 3 was towards the middle. 5 was top half. 6 was top half. Probably gonna win. 6 is probably the winner today. 6 wins. 5 is second. 13. Actually, 2 tied with 5. And 2 are done. Okay, so 3 is probably next. And then 1, and then 4. Okay. Okay, so last place would be glass 4. What? Really? Henry McKenna. Okay. Second
You mint.
is the, I knew it, Whistlepig. It's glass 1.
After this, it was pretty damn close for me.
3. Third from last was Antique.
I like
Tied for second.
This
His
is number what?
barrel proof
That was what?
tied for second.
But what class was that?
And repeal. 2 and 5. These were tied. Meaning the winner was Bardstown.
But which glass was which between those? Just because I have.
Remus was 5. Barrel proof was 2. I called these two, Whistlepig and barrel proof.
So the third one, the Wheeler, I think I remember making that my number 1.
Yeah, we did. You and I agreed. We picked this as number 1.
Well, it makes
Cody
sense
picked
why it was
FAE.
number 2 for me.
And that was, I tried, by the way, I pitted this against FAE 3 more times. It was so damn close. I just decided to leave Weller. I guess you could say I decided to leave Weller enough alone.
Why? Why? Jeez, what?
But anyway, very interesting.
So number 1 was the
Bardstown.
I could drink that like pretty consistently throughout the day.
Yeah.
Wasn't
I had.
You'd hope so.
So I picked
$130 bottle.
I picked barrel proof as my number 1, but I gotta tell you, this was an uphill battle for barrel proof today. I did not like this at first today because it was so hot and like our tongues are not fresh today for me. Like it's probably too much whiskey, and like it took a while before these things to be competing against each other, all tasting fairly the same, and then this one started rising up the ranks. Ended up at number 1 for me. But I did like the Bardstown a lot, and I think I had Remus this time ahead. So it's like they're Remus and the Bardstown. I could see like switching like every time you compare them. But you guys both had Remus a bit further down.
One bit. Oh, I
see.
did.
Each Taylor was 5 for me. I think I remember ranking it pretty high. You know, because it has like so much complexity to it, but like.
It was just too hot for you?
Yeah, like hot and dry, like very, I don't know, kind of like almost cinnamony, like hot cinnamony.
It was very drying today.
Flavor.
Like that's really noticeable when you've had a lot of whiskey, you've had a lot of pizza, and
if you pit something like that against something sweet, I'm going to go sweet probably all the
right.
That's just me though.
You're kind of the wild card in the group, Ricky, and that's okay. That makes it interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't try to do that.
I can't believe you guys didn't pick up on one being Whistlepig. That to me was so pickly and rye, and like it was so.
I get it a little more now. It's just that the Michter's just tasted so off to me that it made me think that.
What do you mean?
Or the McKenna.
McKenna.
I get those two. I'll never. It's one of my brain blocks.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna know which one's which, and I still won't. I don't know right now.
I was surprised how much. Did you guys taste rye with the Bardstown? Like I was getting not as much as one, not nearly as much as one, but like there was a rye. I don't even know what the mash bill was in Discovery 6, but like I think they say there's a lot of Canadian in there, so it's probably wouldn't surprise me if it's Whistlepig.
I did nail the notes on 5. I said corn and orange, and I didn't say rye though.
I had orange on 5 as well. On 5?
Mm-hmm.
For me, what I liked about 5 so much was the finish. 5 had a great finish. 4 was sweet, but it was really watery, so that was basically why I had it last. It was just so watery.
Tasted to me, like I said, a lot like that Oak and Eden. but without the really funkiness of it. But
to me, it was like
kind of
oaky and
earthy and a little minty.
And the flavor didn't last very long for me.
And then, what are any other interesting notes? Obviously, 2 was really boozy. Just the Taylor, it's 10% more ABV than that's like the closest competitor.
That was from the start for me. I think I surprisingly, not that there's really a right answer in this one, but like I instantly gravitated to 2 and 6. Were right away. I knew those were the 2 best ones. I just didn't know which one I liked better. And then 3 and 5 were really close.
I had 3 up in the top 3 for a while, and at the last second I moved it down. Weller, I don't know, there's something like simple about it that just like works. It's like, especially when you're like exhausted and you just like, I want something that tastes good without killing my tongue. The ryes aren't doing so well in these face-offs. As the rye guy, I'm not even ranking him that high. To be fair though, we don't have anything on the level of barrel proof in there. All right, any last thoughts?
I love how, our personal interests kind of shine through with these, like, the best of the best ones, because, like, each Taylor is, like, amazing, but, and you put it against any other kind of, it's bourbon, right?
Yeah.
So put it against other types of bourbon in its class, it's going to win.
He's doing his best.
I'm sorry, okay? But you put it against something that's, like, sweet. I'm gonna go with the sweet one.
So many of these are sweet. That really is a problem. They're too much similarity between these. And you got more in Rick's glass if you want to drink more.
No, Rick needs to drink more.
Hmm?
Rick needs to drink more. Have fun, Ricky.
Sure, he will. He'll do that.
Just wait on me.
You know what I liked about this?
What's that?
So we got to the end of this long video of like the most expensive bourbons people can find, and Rick's like, you know what I like about this? That we drank all these bourbons, right? What are these?
Sorry, I don't
tequila?
peruse r/bourbon all day. I actually work when I'm at work. I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I'm just kidding.
Well,
Rick goes like
10%
this.
of the time.
He goes
10% of the time, yeah. 10% of real hard work going on.
I'm not going to say how little I work, so I won't risk getting fired, but I just want to let everybody know that people who work McDonald's work way harder than I do, and I make way more than they do. That's just the way of the world.
So Cody's point, before this became a Dark Souls rant, was that, this goes to show you that things as revered as each Taylor Barrel Proof, which we all like. All of these are winners. I mean, these are not... Even McKenna, that did Porous, is not like a bad bourbon or something because it lost today. It's just that,
I guess my point doesn't really stand because the top 3 for us were all $80 plus. So, but
I mean, but this one's substantially more expensive, like on the secondary, than any of this stuff.
Of course,
by far.
though, that's the secondary. So
yeah, I know, but yes.
My point. Never mind. I rescind it.
No, you had a valid point. That something that's. Well, and technically, the MSRP of this is less than the Bardstown, so that's the other weird wrinkle on that. But
I would say if we put in, it probably wouldn't, but I would say if we put in like Remus Single Barrel in like 1920, I feel like those would have been closer than Weller Antique and the rest of those. Probably, for me anyways.
Oh, it could.
It would have been probably pretty close, and these would have cost twice as much, or not that much. I don't know, whatever. Bad video to make this point, I guess. It made sense at first. But the process still stands.
Yep.
I would pick that if we put it up against 1920, but it wouldn't have been necessary, like, oh my god, throw this swill down the drain.
Right.
Whereas, like, if you did 1920 versus, like, Old Forester, you'd be like, oh, this is like water. But like, point is, once you get past like $50-$60, as long as you know what you're looking for, it's all good, and it's slight increases in the value of it, I guess.
Yep.
It's hard to tell, like, once you've like had like a billion of them, and like, we're not those people, but like YouTube people, we're starting to get that way, but like YouTube people and they've had like a million of them, they can instantly tell, like, oh, this is special. But, like, it's not that much better.
Mm-hmm.
It's
diminishing returns.
It's a way of having a hobby. It's a hobby thing.
Yeah.
It's a waste of money, but if you enjoy it, then go for it.
Look at this guy over here.
Hey, Clay, I don't think Adrian quite understands diminishing returns. Yeah, that's...
You know what I think he doesn't understand, Ricky?
Hmm.
The discussion on floor versus ceiling.
Oh.
We've had this enough times on video.
Can you explain that again?
Well, Ricky.
Ending video! I'll put my water between our glasses so they don't hopefully get confused.
Where's my water?
You know, goody. The one I ask you if you want water almost every single time, and you always say no.
Get my orange, my yellow cup, and make it cold. No! Not your
rinsing
nigger water.
it. I'm rinsing it.
Pleb.
You always have
No,
residue.
Adrian, give him tap.
There's like
no, Adrian, give him tap.
Shit,
That's what he deserves. Adrian, give him tap. That's what he deserves.
We should. You know,
if he can't get his own water, beggars can't be choosers. So I got some icy hot. I don't think you can smell. I figured you guys would have said something to me if you could, but I smelled like a breath mint earlier today. That smells. You, Shaq, selling me that. Ugh.